Hey everyone, this is Teresa's Crafty Cabana, and today we're going to be going through step by step how to make this jelly print here and a ghost print of this. We're going to go step by step with how to recreate this so that if you'd like to make one for yourself, you can follow along. So first you're going to start with a dark layer of acrylic paint. So it could be any color that you like, but I'm using black and brown and I'm blending them together on the gel plate with my brayer. You can create an ombre with a couple of colors, you can mix the colors, whatever look you think would look nice. The idea here is I like to have the dark color because what we're going to do around it is we're going to have lots of pretty colors. So this one kind of acts as a base. I do roll this out pretty thin, so I go a few passes until it's nice and thin. Before it dries, I add my texture. In this case, I'm using embossed cardstock, but you could use something like stencils or leaves or whatever type of texture you like to work with. And I had two different embossed cardstocks here, and so I get two different designs from this one 5x7 print. The embossed paper will remove the paint. If you use that design again, it's going to have paint on it, so it won't completely remove the paint the next time. Just something to keep in mind if you're reusing one of your textures. This floral design turned out really beautiful, but depending on which kind of texture you're using, you might get a different design. You do want to let that layer dry completely because we're going to come in with some pan pastels, and we're using perfect pearls for this print. But if you have soft pastels, you could use those. You could use mica powders, makeup eyeshadow, or resin powders. All of those would work for this technique. It's basically anything that's kind of powdery that will stick to your gel plate. I have this makeup brush, but if you don't have one like this, you can try a sturdier paint brush, or you can use a cotton swab or a blending brush for your makeup. A couple of different options. You can go through your supplies and probably find things that would work. And then pick the colors that you love, or if you're going for a project in particular and you have a color in mind that you want a color scheme that you want to go with, use that color scheme. I end up mixing my pan pastels and my perfect pearls because the pan pastels are nice and matte and they have almost like a flatness to the colors, but the perfect pearls act as a very shiny layer. So I liked mixing the two of them, and then it kind of has different textures to this print. So this is where I just kind of get in the zone and listen to some music and pick my colors and just kind of brush on. So get into your zone here and just enjoy this process. It's really enjoyable to see it come together as the picture and the color builds. Also, don't be afraid to get messy here. This is where you want to spread the color outside of the lines. It's going to create some magic later on the ghost print that we're making, so make sure to get that color all around it. I decided to come in with a stencil to add another layer of my powders to the background design. I'm using a mixture again of my perfect pearls and my pan pastels. If you find that your colors are mixing a little more than you want, I would just say wipe your brush on a microfiber cloth, and that helps kind of clean it in between colors, especially if you're going from a darker color to a lighter color. You can fill in as much of the design or as little of the design as you think it needs. I just filled in the top portion of this print with this design. I'm using this stencil. This is sold at PM Artist Studio. This is Darcy created this one called Forest Floor. I love this one. And I used this to create a little bit of a different stencil design on this lower half. For step 5, I'm using a second jelly plate to mix some colors. This was a suggestion from one of my viewers, Lori. Thank you for this suggestion, telling me how you like to use your small gel plates. I mixed some permanent rose and some yellow, cadmium yellow medium hue, and I put some titanium white on there just to get a lighter version of the color, and I'm making a little bit of an ombre and just coming back to my palette, layering it onto my print. You do want to make sure you fully cover this design in paint. There are a lot of layers, and those dry powders especially need a lot of paint to make the transfer really nice. I like to use this placement tool that I created. You can check the description for the instructions on how to make one if you'd like to make one for yourself or see how I made it. The paper is going to be the 32-pound Hammer Mill copy paper. This is nice and smooth. And I like to use a candle jar as a baren if you don't have a baren like me. And this was also a suggestion from one of my viewers. And you can get even pressure all around your gel print with something like this because it's a nice flat surface and you can press nicely down on that. Otherwise, you can just use your hands. I did let mine dry for about 20 minutes. And look at how beautiful it is. All of the colors really work well together. So now you can admire your beautiful print and then twist it in the light and see all of those perfect pearls shining brightly, especially around all those flowers or whatever design you decided to use. I love the colors on this one. And I did pull up this small gel print. It didn't have a design on it. It was just whatever mixed paint was left on there. And I'm using a titanium white unbleached, and this is going to create a ghost print. If you don't know what a ghost print is, it's when you use a light color to pull up leftover powders on your next print. It doesn't have to be powders. It could also be just leftover paint on your plate. But the idea is you're not adding any more of your design. You're just pulling up a second version of that design, and it's typically lighter than the first version of it. While that's drying, I decided to add some stamping to my little square print that I made. I'm using this Journal Say stamp set, and it's got some really cool designs on here. I'm also using a metallic gold ink pad, and I'll be using some Stays on Black. I did let my ghost print dry for about 20 minutes as well. And look at how cool this turned out. It's nice and light on the colors, And the really neat thing is that the void from where the dark paint was now looks like it was erased. And you can see that surrounding color. That's where the magic part comes in. So again, this is that first print with all of the dark paint, and the colors look much deeper. And look at how light they are when you have that light color on the background. Especially if you were to use a white, like a regular, just bright white color, you get even more of an impact because it just looks like you have these soft pastel flowers. So this is a really fun technique. There was still quite a bit of leftover design on my gel plate, so I decided for one last print I was going to use some stencils. This is a stencil from Eddie Reyes from PM Artist Studio, and I wanted to use some of my white, this time the titanium white, not unbleached. A nice bright clean color here, and I'm just spraying it right over my stencil. And you can add more paint as needed. Sometimes it needs a little bit more. I just did that one round of white paint and brayered it out nice and thin. And then I removed the stencil. I let this layer dry. Then I put my stencil down again, and now I'm going to give it a shadow by just offsetting it a little bit. To fill in the shadow, I'm going to use a pearl. It's going to be this violet metallic pearl color. I thought I used a lot, but it did not go through all of the little parts of this stencil, so I did have to come in with a little bit more of that paint. I also let this layer dry before I went in with my final layer with the unbleached titanium once again. I added one more texture to this before I pulled the print, and that was some bubble wrap. I'm using the same 32-pound copy paper. And here you can see my third print. This mixes it up quite a bit. You can almost hardly tell the design is still back there, but it is there. And it looks so much different than those first two prints. But this is a way to see how just applying those colors one time on your plate with either perfect pearls or pan pastels or some kind of a soft pastel, you can get multiple prints, and each of them can look completely different, or at least mostly different, especially depending on what colors you're using as your pull layer. So white versus an unbleached titanium. If you used a really light yellow, if you used a really light blue or a light pink, that would completely change up the look. So you can totally go in any direction that you like to create these really fun and beautiful prints. I hope you create some and are inspired to give this technique a try. Let me know in the comments if this is a technique you have tried, or if you plan to try this one out and see how it works for you. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching as always, and I will see you all in the next video. In the meantime, happy crafting, y'all.